Imagine waking up every morning trapped, not by bars, not by chains, but by invisible rules. Rules made by others, rules you never chose but somehow own. Rules that keep your greatest ideas stuck in the shadows. It feels like stepping into a world shouting freedom, yet silencing the very voice that screams for change inside you. Here's the brutal truth. Most systems you depend on don't want you to break out. They want you comfortable, quiet, and predictable. The very same structures called progress are shackles dressed as golden chains. And if you feel this pain deep down, this frustration of being boxed in, judged by outdated measures, or forced to play by someone else's rules, then you're not alone. But this isn't just a cry for help. This is a call to arms. Because the greatest lie you've been told is that the system is fixed, that it is unchangeable, that your potential is capped. That is the trap. And capitalism, real, raw, unapologetic capitalism, is the key that can unlock the cage. Not the capitalism twisted into a caricature by those too blind to see the fire beneath its ashes. No. The capitalism that unleashes human greatness at scale. The capitalism that feeds hunger not just for wealth, but for purpose, for real change, for legacy. This is the force that has put the power of the individual in your hands. The force that makes room for the rare, the radical, the brilliant minds nobody else understands. You want to know why you feel like the world isn't waiting for you? That the crowd moves in slow-mo and you burn too bright to stand still? Because the world's infrastructure was never built for the exceptional. It rewards the average, it glorifies conformity, it commodifies creativity, and spits out the burnt-out dreams. But within capitalism lies a secret. Capitalism is not just money. It is the relentless engine of human collaboration and competition. The only system that can convert ideas into lives lived fully and dreams realized wildly. It's the fire that can take your pain, your rage, your relentless refusal to settle, and turn it into unstoppable momentum. Because unlike any other system, capitalism grows stronger exactly when you grow stronger. It demands excellence, yes, harshly sometimes, but it celebrates the uncommon, the game changers, the founders who refuse to bow to mediocrity. The system doesn't just tolerate those who reject comfort. It needs them to survive and thrive. Now, what if instead of asking whether capitalism could unleash your greatness, you start living it like a daily rebellion? Here's the secret to not just surviving within capitalism, but thriving against all odds. Be ruthless with the lies you tell yourself. Question everything. The status quo, your limits, the safe choices. Strip away the convenience that dulls your fire. Every rule designed to keep you in line is an invitation to break it. The power lies in rejecting comfort, yes, but not recklessly. With purpose, with precision, with the brutal honesty of someone who knows the difference between sacrifice for growth and surrender to ease. Second, align yourself not with the many who cling to old ways, but with the few whose fire burns as fiercely as yours. When you link with those rare birds who see the invisible lines of opportunity where others see walls, your power doesn't just add up, it multiplies exponentially. Capitalism is a network game. The misaligned individuals, the misunderstood founders and investors, the lonely visionaries, when they come together, they form an unstoppable force. A force that does not ask for permission, but demands impact. You don't need a crowd or a movement. You need a sharp, relentless network of connection, support, and challenge. This is how human greatness grows, not in isolation, but in fierce synergy. Third, understand patience as a strategic weapon. In a world screaming for instant wins, the real game is eternal. Long game players see beyond quick successes and understand that wealth, influence, innovation, true greatness takes time, persistence, and the refusal to be distracted by the noise. Your will, your vision, your ability to reshape reality. These are forged in the fires of endurance, not moments of flash. Capitalism rewards those who can play at the highest stakes with the longest timeline. So don't chase quick rewards that kill your momentum. Build. Invest in yourself and your ideas like your life depends on it, because it does. Fourth, embody radical sovereignty. This means owning your choices completely, without apology or excuse. The world will try to make you doubt, to pull you back into the comfortable lie that you need approval, a paycheck, a title to be valuable. But in the capitalist engine that unleashes human greatness, your will is your weapon, your clarity your shield. When you act from this place, you become unstoppable. Not because the system bends to you, but because you shape the system around your fire. Sovereignty is not isolation. It's fierce independence fueled by deep connections to those who get it. It's the refusal to bow to borrowed authority and the courage to create new rules where none existed before. Fifth, never accept the world's definition of your limits. The greatest pain for those who dare to become more is feeling invisible, unheard, unsupported. But that pain is the fuel for change. The truth is, capitalism needs you, your creativity, your disruption, your refusal to fit the mold, more than any individual ever realized. Every breakthrough, every giant leap in history came from someone who ignored the naysayers and built something no one else could see. When you invest in your uniqueness, you build infrastructure where none exists. You become the network, the connection, the platform that brings the misaligned together and sparks a chain reaction unstoppable by mediocrity. Are you ready to stop being a product of someone else's dream? Ready to stop settling for a borrowed life and start burning an authentic one? Then this is your moment. Capitalism Unleashed is not about rules. It's about breaking the ones that cage you and making rules that free you. Not about comfort, but about power. Not about following, but leading a few others to eclipse ordinary and make extraordinary inevitable. It is about building a world where the exceptional do not just survive but thrive wildly, because they found each other, because they chose connection over isolation, because they refused to be quiet when the fire inside demanded a roar. So don't look away from the pain. Embrace it. Let it fuel your refusal to be processed, optimized, or substituted by a hollow system that rewards conformity. Instead, carve a new path where your ideas are dangerous, where your individuality is a weapon, and your network is an unstoppable force. You weren't made for small things. You weren't built for waiting. The world is waiting not for the masses, but for the few who dare to become more. The question isn't if capitalism can unleash human greatness at scale. The question is, will you step into that greatness and scale it like never before? Right now, this second, there is a choice to be made. A choice to dive headfirst into the fire or to fade back into comfort. The fire is painful. It demands sacrifice and transformation. But it also promises one thing above all: a life that is yours, fully, fiercely, without regret or apology. Capitalism is the ignition. You are the flame. Together they can reshape what reality means and who you become within it. This isn't just a call. This is a summons to the rare, the brilliant, the unstoppable. If you feel that quiet storm within you, that unbearable tension that whispers you were meant for more, it's not an accident. It's an invitation to rise, to break free, to become a signal that cuts through the noise and lights the way forward. This is the liberation capitalism offers. Not comfort, not ease, but the greatest freedom of all. The freedom to become exactly who you were born to be, at scale. The world waits for what you will build next. Don't keep it waiting.